In this video, we'll be hunting half dollars. We'll be hunting 2 boxes, and we'll be looking for any silver, proofs, NIFCs, varieties, foreigns, or any other cool things we can find. This box is a little weird. It got a little beat up, and for some reason this piece of cardboard was right here, so that's a little interesting. And then box 2 does have 2 NIFC enders. I think it was a 2002 and a 2008, so already have a couple NIFCs confirmed in that box. Hopefully there's some silver, and we'll start the hunt, and I'll bring you in when we have our first find. Roll 1, and we already have a find. It is in 2012 out of Denver, NIFC. Roll number 3, and we already have a second find, and this gives me hope that this could be a good box because we just found a 1971D DDO. It's in pretty bad condition though. It has the ring of death because it was actually an ender, and it looks like it might have been cleaned or something. Don't know why, but put it under the scope. Found this variety a few times before. See the doubling on the bottom of the R and then the top serifs of the U and on the S. So I found this variety quite a few times, about my 5th one maybe. So yeah, hopefully this is a good box. Roll number 4, and we already have our second NIFC, and it's a pretty nice 2004 out of Denver. Roll 6, and we're already going to have 5 finds because this roll had a 2003 and a 2004, both from Philly. I obviously haven't been through a lot of these coins before, so hopefully that means there's some good finds in here. Roll 15, another NIFC. It's another 2004 minted in Denver. Roll number 18, and we have another NIFC, and it's another one from 2004, and this one's out of Philly. Roll number 19, another NIFC. This one's a 2008 from Philly. Roll number 20, and we actually have our second variety found, and this one is a 1972 DDO, and it is the FS101. There's some slight doubling on the top serif of the G, as well as the top left serif of the D. This is a pretty minor DDO, I mean, based on the amount of doubling, but there's also some doubling on the bottom of the first T and the bottom of the R as well, and the top of the U, so. And this is the second 72 DDO I've ever found, so even though it's in pretty bad shape, it's a pretty good find. Roll 22, and we have NIFC number 8 of the box, and it is a 2005 out of Philly. Roll 28, we have kind of a miscellaneous find. It's a coin with a few numbers counterstamped on it, and it's the numbers 3, 1, and 0. Pretty odd. Roll 42, and we have another NIFC, and this one is another 2008, and it's from Denver. Roll 43, another NIFC, and it's another one from 2004, and it's a Denver. Roll number 45, and we have the newest NIFC of the box, a 2016 from Philly. That was all for box number 1. We got 11 NIFCs, those 2 DDOs, and that counter-stamped coin. Not a bad box. Hopefully box number 2 has some silver though. Only on roll number 1 in the second box, and we already have our first find of this box. This box does have a little bit of plastic in it, and it does have these 2 NIFC enders, the 02 and the 08. But in roll number 1, we actually got a holographic stickered NIFC. Found my first one of these recently, and this is my second one, and this one's a 2002 out of Philly. Roll 4, second find of box number 2. It's an NIFC, but a year we don't have yet, and it's a 2010 out of Philly. Roll number 8, and we do have just an oddity here. It's a 1971D, but it has 2 little holes in it. Wonder what that was used for. Roll number 10, we have another NIFC, and this one's a 2004 out of Philly. Roll number 16, and we have another NIFC, a 2008 out of Philly. And next roll, we have another 2008D that's an ender, so we'll see if there's anything else with it. Roll 17, there's nothing else besides that 2008D ender. Well, in roll number 16, we had a 2008, and in 17, we had a 2008 ender. In roll 27, we have a 2002 ender, and in roll 26, we got a 2002 out of Philly. Pretty weird coincidence. Nothing else in roll 27 besides that 2002 P ender. Roll 28 will be our third roll in a row with an NIFC, and this one was a 2003 out of Denver. Roll 29, I had to take a second glance at it because I didn't think it was an NIFC, but it is just a pretty beat up 2009 out of Philly. Roll 32, yet another NIFC, another 2003 from Denver. Next roll, another NIFC, a 2004 out of Denver. Roll 38, another NIFC, 2003D. Roll number 49, another NIFC, a 2009 out of Philly. Last roll, roll number 50, one last find, a 2008 Philadelphia NIFC. Both boxes have been hunted, so let's go over the finds. We had 3 miscellaneous finds, 1974 with the numbers 3, 1, and 0 stamped on it, 2002P holographic stickered NIFC, pretty interesting, and a 1971D with a couple of holes in it for some reason. We did find 2 DOs in box number 1, a 1971D and a 1972, and we did get 24 NIFCs in both boxes combined from 2002 through 2016, and I will say that most of them were from 2008 and before, which is pretty odd. So overall, that was a pretty good 2-box hunt, but hopefully we can get back on silver soon.